Good evening. Welcome to the reading of my short story, A Comma. She was standing by his side while he was entirely expressionless, watching the descent of his father's casket into a deep, dark hole. "I'm not a fan of death," he spoke. She gave him a confused look before asking, "Were you supposed to be?" "No, I guess not, but what?" "I don't hate it either. It's simply there, doing its job, like these gravediggers that are cleaning up after it. Death is it's simply there to put a period at the end of a sentence that is life." "I guess you're right." "I am, but it doesn't even matter now." He crouched down, grabbed some soil in his hand, and tossed it down into darkness. A faint echo reverberated through the air as the soil met the casket. Even then, his face remained a statue, though she knew his father was the most important person in his life, and that his world must be crumbling down to ashes. "There, that's over with," he said, standing back up. "We should get going." That was the first time he looked her in the eyes since the moment they called to let him know his father was gone. Now she was able to see clearly. Even though his face was mute, his eyes were screaming, drowning in despair. She could not bear seeing that much pain in those tiny black eyes. Her chin was beginning to shiver and her eyes were starting to water. She did not want to start crying in front of him, and she tried to turn away, but he didn't let her. He hugged her tightly and she started crying on his shoulder. She could feel the shivering of his heart. Her sobs echoed through the silence of his face, which was being torn apart by the screams of his eyes. Echoes settled down soon enough. Screams gave way to quiet sadness adorned with loving memories. And silence was interrupted by a gentle smile that kept shining brighter by the day. She realized he was only partly right. Death does just do its job. But that job isn't as simple. It isn't just giving out periods to people at the end of their stories. It is a bit more complex than that. You see, that day, death came to his father to give him a period, but it also came to him to give him a comma. Thank you for listening to the reading of A Comma by yours truly. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and I'll see you next week with another story.